Harsh truth. Most small businesses alive today will not survive what is coming next. Take a moment to sit with that. Not because these businesses are lazy, not because they lack skill, not because they are doing nothing, but because the rules quietly changed and most brands are still playing the old game. Right now, everything looks normal. Brands are still posting content, ads are still running every day, products are still launching on schedule. From the outside, nothing looks broken. But underneath the surface, attention is collapsing. And when attention collapses, brands do not fail loudly. They fade slowly. Engagement drops a little at a time. Views decline quietly. Comments become rare. Emails get opened less. Marketing feels heavier, slower, less effective. But still not bad enough to cause panic. So brands keep going. They post a little more. They try a new format. They copy something that worked for someone else. Nothing seems urgent. Until one day, no one is paying attention anymore. That moment is already happening. It is happening right now. Across every industry, across every platform, across brands of every size. People are not consuming less content. That part surprises most people. They are consuming more than ever, but they are tolerating far less of it. Every feed is crowded. Every scroll feels noisy. Every platform feels overwhelming. So the human brain adapts. It filters harder. It skips faster. It ignores anything that does not feel immediately relevant. This creates a brutal rule. If something does not feel important right away, it disappears. Not disliked, not debated, not criticized, ignored. And ignored brands do not get second chances. Now this is where everything changes. Because AI did not slowly reshape marketing, it flipped a switch. Overnight, writing had no cost. Design had no barrier. Publishing had no friction. Anyone could create content instantly, and everyone did. Social posts, ads, videos, scripts, captions, all generated in seconds. The internet flooded with content, not because people suddenly had more insight, but because they no longer had to pause and think before publishing. That pause used to matter. It used to filter ideas. It used to force intention. Now it is gone. So feeds are filled with content that looks fine, sounds correct, feels acceptable, but carries no weight, no belief, no point of view, just information. And information alone does not earn attention anymore. This is the moment most brands misunderstand. They see more competition and assume they need more output, more posts, more videos, more presence. But volume does not cut through saturation. It adds to it. Posting more without meaning does not create awareness. It creates fatigue. Every forgettable post trains the audience to scroll past the next one. This is why so many brands feel stuck. They are working harder. They are posting more. They are following every rule. But results keep flattening. Because effort is no longer the deciding factor. Clarity is. And most brands do not have it yet. For years, brands were taught the same lesson. Look professional, sound confident, stay safe. That advice worked in a quieter world. It does not work anymore. Today, professional is the default. Clean graphics are everywhere. Correct language is everywhere. Polished messaging is everywhere. So professionalism no longer signals trust. It signals automation. When everything looks perfect, nothing feels real. What stands out now is not polish. What stands out is perspective, a point of view, a clear way of seeing the world. This is where most brands make a critical mistake. They believe the safest move is to copy what already works. They copy hooks that performed well. They copy formats that trend. They copy phrases that sound proven. They believe copying success reduces risk. But imitation removes identity, and identity is the only thing that survives saturation. When brands copy each other, they slowly erase themselves. Because if two brands sound the same, the cheaper one wins, or the louder one wins, or the older one wins, but the copied brand never does. This is why posting more stopped working. There was a time when volume created advantage. Early platforms rewarded frequency. Being everywhere meant being seen. That era is gone. Now volume without meaning creates fatigue. Every forgettable post teaches the audience to ignore the next one, not intentionally, automatically. This is why so many brands feel stuck. They are posting daily. They are trying new formats. They are chasing trends. They are doing everything they were told to do, but results keep flattening. Because activity is no longer the bottleneck, clarity is. Automation does not replace clarity. AI can generate words. It cannot decide what matters. AI can produce output. It cannot choose a belief. And belief is what people follow. People do not follow brands for information. Information is infinite. People follow brands because they feel understood. When a brand names a problem clearly, it creates relief. When a brand explains a feeling accurately, it creates trust. That trust does not come from volume. It comes from story. Story is not decoration. It is structure. It is the lens a brand uses to explain the world. It is how a brand decides what is important and what is noise. AI can write sentences. It cannot live consequences. And audiences feel that difference immediately. A lot of brands feel confused right now. They sense that something is off, but they cannot explain it clearly. They're doing more than ever, posting more, testing more ideas, using better tools, and yet results feel weaker. This confusion is dangerous because when brands do not understand the problem, they apply the wrong solution. They assume the issue is effort, so they work harder. They assume the issue is creativity, so they copy trends. They assume the issue is reach, so they chase visibility. But the real issue is alignment. The message does not match the moment. The brand does not match the audience's reality, and no amount of content fixes that. This is why AI feels frustrating for so many businesses. They expected it to unlock growth. Instead, it amplified the noise. It made average content faster. It made generic ideas louder. And it removed the last excuse for sounding unclear. Because when everyone has the same tools, the only difference left is intention. The brands that struggle most right now are not the smallest. They are the most uncertain. They are unsure what they stand for. They are afraid to repeat themselves. They are afraid to exclude anyone. But clarity requires commitment, and commitment always feels risky at first. This is the moment brands must decide whether they want to be visible or memorable, because they cannot be both without clarity. Trust is the real currency now, and trust is fragile. When content feels generic, people assume it was automated. When messaging feels safe, people assume it was calculated. When everything feels optimized, nothing feels honest. This is why overly polished brands are losing ground. They look impressive, but they feel distant. People do not want perfect brands. They want clear ones. This shift hits small brands the hardest. Large brands survive on recognition. People already know them. Small brands survive on connection. People choose them because they feel aligned. When small brands copy big brand language, they lose the only advantage they have. Connection disappears. Recognition disappears. Growth stalls. Connection requires specificity. Specificity requires story. And story requires choosing a side. That choice is uncomfortable because it means not being for everyone. But brands that try to be for everyone are remembered by no one. There are warning signs that appear long before failure. Engagement stays flat even as posting increases. Content looks good but feels empty. Messaging changes every few weeks. No one can clearly explain what the brand stands for. These brands are not broken, they are undefined. The shift that saves brands is simple. Stop asking how to get attention. Start asking how to earn trust. Attention is borrowed. Trust compounds. Brands that chase attention must constantly perform. Brands that build trust can slow down and still grow. The brands that survive 2026 will post less but say more. They will repeat beliefs instead of chasing trends. They will sound human instead of optimized. They will be recognized without logos. Here is the rule that decides everything. If a brand cannot be recognized by voice alone, it will not survive 2026. AI will keep flooding feeds. Content will keep increasing. Attention will keep shrinking. Story is the last unfair advantage. Follow for brand survival strategies.